A dozen meats, all-day happy hour, and Brazilian cheese balls. If your mouth is already watering, then it's time to head over to Chama Gaúcha Steakhouse. The word chama means flame in Portuguese, a nod to how Brazilian barbecue is typically cooked over an open fire. It also alludes to the spirit and cultural heart of the gauchos. The word gaucho refers to the cowboys of South America. With a lasso and a knife, they roamed the countryside and rounded up cattle to gather meat for communal barbecues. They became legendary for their love of the high life, including culinary delights like drinks and delicious rustic meals. The spirit of the gaucho has since been passed down for generations. Today, the word is often used in concert with the specially trained chefs in Brazilian steakhouses who cook and serve all of those succulent fire-roasted meats that churrascarias are known for.
You know what a churrascaria is?
Yeah, it's a Brazilian steakhouse.
Brazil's national cocktail is the caipirinha, a mix of lime juice, sugar, and a spirit made from fermented sugarcane juice called cachaça. Cachaça is somewhat similar to rum, as both come from sugar, but rum is made from sugarcane byproducts like molasses, while cachaça is made straight from sugarcane. This slight deviation tends to make rum sweeter than cachaça and gives cachaça an earthier and more herbaceous flavor profile. As a testament to its Brazilian roots, Chama Gaúcha selected the caipirinha as its signature drink. Their version is made with fresh lime juice, sugar, and 2 ounces of Velo Barreira cachaça. If you're looking for something special with a tropical fruity twist, Chama Gaúcha also offers some flavored caipirinhas such as strawberry, pineapple, passion fruit, and tropical. After working at the churrascaria Fogo de Chão for over 2 decades, native Brazilian João Carlos Ongarato opened the doors to the first Chama Gaúcha in 2008. What sets Chama Gaúcha apart from Fogo de Chão? For one thing, it's the atmosphere. Chama Gaúcha puts a lot of emphasis on carefully creating an exceptionally warm and inviting environment. As they put it on their website, each customer comes in a guest and leaves feeling just like family. Since the first spot opened in San Antonio, Chama Gaúcha has gone on to establish 2 more locations in Houston and Chicago. By honing his craft in the Brazilian steakhouse business for over 20 years, Ongarato was not only honoring the rich traditions of his homeland, but also paving the way for a future business plan of his own. Brazilian steakhouses are well known not just for their flame-broiled meat, but also for their frequently enormous and delicious salad bars. Chama Gaúcha boasts a particularly high-quality one with a wide array of different items, making it a highly desirable destination for carnivores and vegetarians alike.
2 salads. Never heard of it. I gotta stay hip.
Some of the diverse salad bar items at Chama Gaúcha include specialty cheeses, cured meats, fresh vegetables, olives, asparagus, peppers, and more. All told, Chama Gaúcha's salad bars are downright lush. That's pretty impressive, especially considering how much steakhouses are known for, the steaks. Good news for everyone with a certain food intolerance, all of Chama Gaúcha's marinades are now gluten-free. They used to add beer, which typically contains gluten, to some of its marinades, but they've since removed any gluten-containing ingredients to accommodate a wider range of diners. Gluten is a protein found in wheat, barley, and rye, some of the key ingredients in alcohol production, especially beer. For diners who are sensitive to gluten, ingesting these ingredients can trigger an autoimmune response that damages the small intestine, leading to a wide range of health complications. So, Chama Gaúcha's decision to forego gluten in its marinades is an important one for any customers with celiac disease or gluten sensitivities. Brazilian steakhouses are rightfully famous for their glorious abundance of flame-charred meats. Chama Gaúcha follows suit and honors this custom by offering 12 unique cuts of meat at its restaurants. Naturally, many of those options are focused on beef, the historic favorite of the gauchos. Picanha, a prime cut of sirloin, is Chama Gaúcha's house specialty. Other beef offerings include fraldinha, bottom sirloin, and filet mignon. Chama Gaúcha offers also porco, which takes the form of a rack of pork ribs or loins lightly seasoned with Parmesan. If ribs are your jam, then check out the Cordeiro, which comes from lamb. Bacon lovers will be delighted by the filet mignon e frango, a fillet of beef or chicken wrapped in cured pork belly. And then there's the pairing called frango e linguiça, which consists of marinated drumsticks and pork sausage. By offering at least a dozen different barbecued meats, Chama Gaúcha is ensuring that diners have plenty of distinctly delicious options.
That's a lot of meat, son. What happened to being a vegetarian?
Chama Gaúcha understands the importance of maximizing the flavor of its barbecue. This dedication is especially apparent when you learn that the restaurant uses only high-quality USDA prime meats and that it ages its cuts for a minimum of 45 days before seasoning them to perfection. Aging is a surefire way to enhance all of the meat's flavors, and the sweet spot seems to be somewhere in the range of 30 to 45 days. This is because aging slowly draws some of the interior moisture out of the meat, a process that ends up dramatically concentrating its natural flavor profile. Furthermore, the aging process breaks down the meat's natural enzymes and tenderizes it to create a juicier and more delicate bite when it finally arrives on your plate. By aging all of its meats, there's no doubt that Chama Gaúcha is pleasing its diners by improving the flavor of its Brazilian barbecue beyond an already impressive baseline. Having a solid happy hour is obviously a great way to entice customers in, and Chama Gaúcha offers some pretty incredible happy hour specials. This includes a well-stocked selection of beverages and special small plates. If you're looking to beat back those early work week blues, happy hour lasts all day on Mondays and Tuesdays. Then, on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, it starts up after lunch and ends before dinner. Chama Gaúcha's happy hour menu consists of the signature drink, an authentic caipirinha, for only $7, and most of their beers will only set you back a few dollars. Mixed drinks are anywhere from $6 to $8, and there are even a couple of different glasses of wine for variety's sake. Besides the booze, Chama Gaúcha offers a few light plates to nibble on during happy hour. These include otherwise pricey filet mignon, grilled shrimp, garlic beef, and house signature picanha. You could easily pull off a drink and a bite that'll end up costing you only around $20, a great deal for such a high-quality meal. It's no stretch to say that every restaurant wants to earn the respect of the culinary community as one of the best in the business. For a relatively small operation with just 3 locations, Chama Gaúcha has pulled off just such an accomplishment. In a 2022 article, Urban Matter selected Chama Gaúcha as one of the best Brazilian restaurants in the Chicago area. That's an extraordinary feat in a city that's renowned for its vibrant food culture, with no shortage of churrascarias. Chama Gaúcha gained attention because of its stellar ingredients and excellent service, 2 key features that should be a part of any top-notch eatery. More accolades have come from the San Antonio Current, where Chama Gaúcha came in first place among steakhouses and was listed as the best restaurant of its kind in San Antonio in 2021. And this was the 3rd year running, no less. With distinctions like these, it's clear that Chama Gaúcha is here to stay.
That's high praise!
A meal at Chama Gaúcha kicks off with delicious Brazilian cheese balls called pão de queijo. If you've never tried them before, you're in for a treat. Most pão de queijo is made with simple ingredients like eggs, oil, milk, cheese, and tapioca flour. Their flavor is similar to cheese straws, and the texture inside is similar to mochi. The interesting texture of pão de queijo comes from its tapioca flour, which in turn comes from the cassava tuber root. If you have wheat or gluten sensitivities, you'll be happy to learn that even though tapioca has lots of carbs, it's gluten-free. So as long as you're not allergic to any of the other ingredients, you should find pão de queijo safe and delicious to eat. When you visit Chama Gaúcha, you can expect an all-you-can-eat dining experience. Every time you want a server to return to your table with more meat, all you have to do is flip your card over from the red to the green side to indicate that you're still hungry. Customers have reported on Reddit that you can even ask for new meat if you already have some on your plate that wasn't to your liking. But you'll probably get a cut of meat you like the first time around, since the servers will always ask how well you want your meat done. With 12 different types of meat available, it may be tempting to try them all. As noted by Psychology Today, we're more likely to overeat when we're offered delicious food in an all-you-can-eat format, especially when there's a high price tag. After all, we want to get our money's worth. It's easiest to avoid overeating when you're no longer hungry if you separate the price of the meal from the food in your mind. It might help if you think about the fact that you're paying for a Brazilian steakhouse experience as much as you're paying for the food.
Give them an authentic Brazilian experience without having to take a 10-hour flight.
Chama Gaúcha currently has 3 locations with a 4th in the works. While one is in the Chicago suburbs, all the others are in Texas, where the chain's headquarters are located. When you think of Texas, chances are that your mind conjures cowboys and cattle wrangling. It was in southern Brazil among the gaucho culture where the concept of the Brazilian steakhouse was born after all. So it's no surprise that Brazilian steakhouses now thrive in a similar environment in the United States. Everything is bigger in Texas, and this is especially true when it comes to the newest Chama Gaúcha restaurant that's opening in Dallas. The building is a whopping 1.1 million square feet. According to city documents, the renovated dining space is big enough to accommodate 389 customers, and the parking lot has space for 160 vehicles. Chama Gaúcha servers have a tendency to be obsessively attentive to their customers. When they're not overly busy, it's not uncommon to have more than one server descend upon you the moment you switch your table's card from red to green. A 2014 review of the restaurant in Houston Press found this attention to keeping water glasses full almost became annoying, especially if intimate conversations were interrupted. However, during peak hours, the number of customers in the restaurant can cause the service and atmosphere to suffer. And with more customers to attend to, it's impossible for them to serve every customer as quickly as they're able to during the slower times. So, with that in mind, the best times to visit the Houston Chama Gaúcha are at lunch and before 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, before 5 p.m. on Saturdays, and before 6 p.m. on Sundays. For the best service at the San Antonio Chama Gaúcha, visit at lunchtime Monday through Tuesday before 7 p.m. or Wednesday through Friday before 6 p.m. Saturday diners will get the best service before 4 p.m., and Sunday has two peaks between 2 and 3 p.m. and again from 6 to 8 p.m. The Chicago restaurant in the Downers Grove suburb isn't open for lunch. However, they aren't very busy at all from Monday through Thursday, so those are the best days to visit. Business picks up on the weekends, though, so it's best to visit on Fridays and Saturdays before 7 p.m. and Sundays before 4 p.m.